Hello, guys, and we are here for some awesome game day bingo. Super excited to be here with you guys live as we'll be streaming to those Pilot TVs, Player Connect app, pilotgames.com/PilotTV, YouTube Live, as well as the Twitch app. Our channel name is MegaSota on both YouTube Live and Twitch, so hopefully you guys are checking out those streams, sending out some messages as we will shoot you out some luck as you get on after it in this game of game day bingo, as there will be a double must-go prize available in this game because the last game of last night's live bingo action at 10 p.m. last night, we gave out a minor jackpot, meaning that we get to get after whatever must-go prize you guys have been adding to as we get after it here.
Absolutely, just 10 seconds to get into this first round of Game Day Bingo, so grab those iPads and get enrolled. Before we start giving out those great prizes today, we need to take a peek back to just yesterday as we were able to give out 3 different jackpot prizes on that awesome Tuesday, making our total for the last 7 days about 18 different jackpots to go out, and our total for our Season 16 in its entirety is looking to be about 321 jackpots so far.
Absolutely great stuff there. Our first jackpot to go out yesterday went out to Lucky One over at the Municipal Liquor Store in Mapleton. Lucky One was able to take home $656, being able to get added to that jackpot list, winning a nice little prize in a little Lucky 4 bingo action.
Absolutely nicely done there, as we had another jackpot prize going on out, the largest one of yesterday, as it hit Eli's iPad over at American Legion Spicer. Congratulations to Eli, who ended up taking home $5,648 while playing just yesterday.
A great prize. We then saw our final prize, jackpot prize, to go out on that Tuesday as 1989 over at Shady's Hometown Tavern take home a lovely jackpot of $842.50. Congratulations to 1989, Eli, and Lucky One. All three of you guys making our jackpot list. The criteria to make our jackpot list is just to take home a live bingo prize over $600. That major prize is looking really good to be able to make that happen. 52 balls or less, definitely doable there. And I mean, we'll definitely be keeping our eye out on that mega prize as well. At 50 balls or less, we still have a great opportunity to try and give out $55,000.
Absolutely, and if you want to stay up to date with where these giant progressives have grown to, staying up to date and in the know on our Facebook page is a great way to do so. All you have to do is head on over to Facebook, search up Pilot Games, and give us a like and follow. You'll be able to stay up to date with all of our weekly bingo schedules, seeing where these progressives have grown to, and even more there. We have a link tree right at the top of our Facebook page. It has direct links to all of our other social media for you guys to go and interact with, all of our streaming platforms, pgl.world, and even all the locations around Minnesota that you guys can go and check out Pilot Games at too. It's definitely a great resource for you guys to go and check out.
It really is. As we are finishing up this game right here, our double must-go prize is what will be going out, as $78.60 should be hitting a lucky player's iPad very soon. In our next game, that minor jackpot will be clicking up from 52 to 54 balls or less as it gets more exciting. But in this one, we have a split win between Blind Mikey and GWV. Blind Mikey plays over at Steve-O's and GWV plays over at the Crooked Pint Ale House, Apple Valley. No, Wait Park, as they are splitting up $78.60 in this game one. We'll now be getting enrolled into this game two, with those prizes continuing to grow.
Absolutely. Grab those iPads and get enrolled. If you guys would like to know about our daily bingo schedule, stick around and listen up as we'll run through the entirety of it for you guys right now. Each and every day you get your game day bingo started off at noon as it runs all the way till 1 p.m. During this time, Ian and I are usually live Monday through Friday as we have a lot of fun in this lunchtime show. Then at 1 p.m. we'll go off air, but you'll stick around and jump into your first opportunity at Lucky 4 Bingo for today, as it has over $64,487 $1,087, as that will be growing as you guys grab those iPads and get enrolled at that 1 p.m. game.
As that will lead you into more game day bingo. That will be running from 1 all the way till 4 p.m. Once again, working on that minor, major, and mega prize, getting after whatever prizes me and Jordy aren't able to give out during these 12 games of lunchtime game day bingo. At 4 o'clock, you guys will then get your second and final opportunity at that Lucky 4 bingo prize. It could be an even larger jackpot than that $64,487, as if it didn't go out at 1 and continues to grow into that 4 p.m. opportunity.
Absolutely. It'll be a lot of fun at 4 as you guys go after those great game day bingo games as they run all the way till 6 p.m. It'll be a great time as then at 6 p.m. you'll have your first opportunity of the week at a little Pilot Payday action. That's right, you guys can check out Pilot Payday every Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday at 6 p.m. to try and take home that $2,500 jackpot prize for yourself. That is a great game, so make sure you guys come on out for your first chance this week, tonight at 6 p.m. After that, you guys usually have an uninterrupted great game day bingo bout from about 6 all the way till 10 p.m., but twice a week we do interrupt that, as we just had one last night, as well as we have one coming up tonight.
Tonight's specialty night that will be interrupting that normal game day bingo from 6 to 10 will be a Wild Wednesday. That's going to be going from about 7 p.m. all the way till about 8:45, as me and Jordy will be getting after a ton of amazing PGL opportunities for you, starting off with a top dog high-low game. If you don't know how the high-low games work, the best player in the state takes home a first place prize. The worst player in the state takes home the exact same prize. You just don't want to find yourself in the middle, as the lowest scores and the best scores take home a little bit of cash. At 7:15, we will then play some Blingo Bingo, Mess O Perch at 7:30, as we'll then play one of my personal favorites, Vikings Victory, at 7:45. Lucky Sevens will be played at 8 p.m., as you'll then try and reel in some great prizes in your final PGL matchup of the evening at 8:15 with some fishing derby action, with a largemouth jackpot of $3,337 and a smallmouth that continues to grow. You will not want to miss out. We'll then finish off with 2 game day bingo games, then send you off to game day bingo that will run all the way till 10 p.m. It should be a great time on our Wild Wednesday.
That's right. You guys can come on out tonight as well as each and every Wednesday at that 7 p.m. time to check it out. We do have another specialty night that happens each and every week. It happened just last night, as you guys can check out MegaSota Game Night each Tuesday at 6:40 p.m. as Tony and Nikki gets the privilege of hosting that great show. It's definitely a lot of fun.
Yeah, definitely a great time.
But make sure you guys come on out on Tuesday nights at 6:40, as there will be a lot of tournament style games that you guys will be playing, as they will be awarding you guys some great jackpot prizes as well as some even better PGL points. Whether you guys come on out for MegaSota Game Night or our Wild Wednesday, make sure you're signed up at pgl.world to earn those PGL points along the way.
Absolutely. Great stuff there. A lot of fun on those PGL nights, MegaSota Game Night and Wild Wednesday. But right now we are getting after in this game. We're actually about to come to a close of this game, as we just clicked past that minor jackpot, meaning that minor prize will be clicking up from 54 to 56 balls or less as we head into this next game, which means even more fun action in this game number 3. But in this game number 2, we're going to be seeing who could take home $30.10, as we have quite a few players waiting for that lucky puck to come across our screen. We'll see which one of these awesome players, as we even see longtime players like Yags370 getting after it.
As we have our winner as GWV as well as Good Karma are getting to split up $30 on that Musco prize. Congratulations. Good Karma over at the Inver Grove Brewing Company, as well as GWV over at the Crooked Pint Ale House. Congratulations to our game number 2's winners. Make sure you stick around and continue to get enrolled in this next game, as we will have that minor jackpot sitting at 56 balls or less.
Should be a great time as we get after it in this game. And as we're getting after it, we do have some national days that we can go over while you get enrolled. Our first national day that we celebrate on the third Wednesday in November is GIS Day, GIS Day, celebrates the technology of geographic information systems. It's also a day to discover and understand the benefits of geographic information systems.
Very, very cool. I can't say that I am too familiar with this one, but we will definitely be taking a peek on this great national day. So hopefully you guys out there can be celebrating this any way you can. As a geographic information system connects data to maps and integrates location data with descriptive information. This system of mapping and analysis is used in science and in other industries. One example of a world problem that GIS tries to help solve is the opioid epidemic in the United States.
Very interesting. Using GIS, researchers are able to attain a geographic view of opioid prescriptions made throughout the country. This data is used to compare different regions of the country. This allows governments and other officials to see where more resources are needed to combat the problem. One map obtained using GIS shows that West Virginia has the highest overdose rate in the country. Other industries that use GIS include supply chain management, insurance, forestry and timber, urban planning, banking, health and human services as well, all benefit from those geographic information systems.
Absolutely. As you can see, this touches a wide range of businesses all over the world. And so this is a definite great one for us to be celebrating on today. Educators, technology, coordinators, cartographers, and other organizations around the world will be holding events on this day to help people learn more about GIS, as these events include meet and greets with professionals, including GIS demonstrations and workshops on digital geographies. Very cool.
Very important stuff there. So we celebrate National GIS Day, or just Graphic Information Systems Day, on this awesome third Wednesday of November, November 20th. As we continue working through this game right here, we do have Lucky Rosie leading the charge. We'll see if they can continue leading, as we got lots of players joining up with them at that 11 ball away mark. As we're only 30 balls dropped into this game, we might as well hop into our next national day.
National Absurdity Day. And on November 20th, National Absurdity Day reigns supreme. The oddness and weirdness take on over, as we're not sure why, but it does.
Definitely a fun one to be able to highlight here, as absurdity is, fun to give into every once in a while, as you can find yourself letting loose, finding that freedom within it. Throughout history, bizarre occurrences mark the calendar. It may seem absurd today to send your child cross-country by plane, but people do. There's a process, attendants, and adults on the other side waiting to retrieve their precious package. When the Postal Service first launched in 1913, children falling within the shipping weights were sent cross-country by parcel service. Mailed babies were shipped off to grandma's house, some for the low cost of 15 cents plus insurance. This day was created as a day to recall and note some of the most entirely off-the-wall and ridiculous things in history, in our country, and in our lives.
Well, before we embrace the absurdities, we have a winner here, as Mike W. over at Bryce Den is getting to take home $35 on that great Musco prize. Make sure you continue to get enrolled in this next round, as that minor jackpot will be clicking up to 58 balls or less, definitely getting a little bit more doable as you guys get enrolled. Do not miss out as we continue talking about some of the absurdities that used to happen in our history.
Absolutely. That's a crazy one, that people used to ship off their babies. That seems
Through
crazy.
the mailing post, like postal service.
Yeah,
That's crazy.
yeah, they lose way too much of my letters and different things for me to be able to trust them with my baby.
Crazy.
But on Absurdity Day, we have fun with the crazy, zany, and absurd things that have happened. Use this day as an excuse to let out the silly antics hidden inside them. You can do things you have wanted to do that make absolutely no sense at all. It will be okay because we are celebrating it on this national day.
Absolutely. That is a great one on today. So make sure you guys try and pull out some of your absurd more wants to do as long as they fall within reason, and are still safe for you and those around you.
Absolutely, absolutely. Yeah, we don't want anybody going out and being unsafe, but
Please.
it is a fun one to be able to let out your more crazy side on today. What are some of the more absurd things that you want to do?
You know, I've been trying to think about this as I knew this question would arise.
Uh-huh.
And I'm having a hard time thinking of something.
Okay, I want to learn how to ride a unicycle at some point. I just something that I've always felt like is a really cool skill to have, but to spend money to buy a unicycle and then spend the time to learn how to ride a unicycle is very useless in my life. I just have no reason to be able to ride a unicycle. But it seems like just a fun. I love having random skills like that to be able to show off, just randomly pull out of my hat kind of deal. And a unicycle is one that I would love to be able to just like draw out.
Yeah, absolutely. That is definitely an odd one to throw
Uh-huh.
into your repertoire. I can't say that I've ever had the inclination to get to be an avid unicyclist, if you will. I can't say that that thought has ever crossed my mind.
Yeah, yeah. I just always thought it was a cool one. So I there's my absurd want of today. Probably won't even act on it today, but I do think it's fun.
Yeah. See, it's a little hard to go out of your way to be absurd like that. To get your hands on a unicycle.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, definitely is one that's a little bit more absurd.
Mm, yeah, I'm having a very hard time thinking of any absurdities I would like.
I think also another thing that I have no use for, but I would really like to have, is getting a nice cowboy hat. I would never rock a cowboy hat, really, but there's something inside me that says, Ian, you should own your own ginormous cowboy hat.
I like that.
That is that's something that, it just doesn't fit with my fashion sense at all. I never would wear it really, but it's something
know-
that like the once a year that I would wear a
To pull it
cowboy
out.
hat.
Yeah.
I wish I
You would
had
deem
it.
that worth it?
And so I would love to get myself a nice cowboy hat.
Yeah. On the line of buying things that you don't need, but for some reason you just have an absurd want for, I really want a good disco ball.
A good disco
Yes,
ball.
I've always wanted to own a really nice disco ball.
Why don't you steer your families?
Because it's not nice.
Because it's not nice. Why don't you polish it and make it nice?
Because I would have to like hand glue
Oh, is there a lot of
mirror
missing
ball
pieces?
on it.
Yeah.
It's about 35 years old.
Yeah, I haven't. I only see it up in your garage, and so I
Where
always.
it's sat for the last 15
Yeah,
years.
absolutely.
Yes, I very much would love a disco ball. Specifically, if I could, the Scooby Doo Spooky Island disco ball. That's like
The crystal skull?
Yeah, the spiky skull.
Ah.
But just a disco ball in general. I've always wanted, and that's just an absurd kind of want.
Yeah,
That's
that
not
definitely
realistic.
is. That definitely is. That's
Yeah.
very much an absurd one, but it's fun. It's fun.
Such a
nonetheless.
fun one.
I would love to be able to have one like in the basement entertainment center
Absolutely,
area
that's exactly how I picture it.
that it can drop out of the ceiling.
You just have the whole setup with the button, and it
Yeah,
just like moves.
And the dim lights, and it shoots lights onto the disco ball, so it shoots all over the place. I would love that. We do have Sergio over at CY's Bar and Grill in Chaska taking home our must-go win in this game. $54.50 going out to you, Sergio, in this fantastic matchup of Game Day Bingo. We'll now be getting enrolled into this next game with that minor jackpot clicking up to the exact ball count we just saw this must-go go out at. 60 balls or less. $255, and that's still growing as you guys are getting enrolled. Should be a blast as we get after it. And as you guys get after it, we'll be finishing up talking about National Absurdity Day.
That's right, as this is the day to embrace things absurd and try and...
You want to learn how to play the saxophone. That's one of your absurd wants.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, which
That's
is
a good
very
one. Thank you.
unrealistic to be able to get it out there, but
I want to learn so bad.
But learning how, it's one that you definitely really want to do. That's a fun
Another
one.
absurd one is that I wish I could speak like 5 languages.
That's a fun one. That's a fun one.
That's like, it's just something I strive for in the back of my mind always. I have the languages picked out that I want to learn. I need to learn them.
Yeah. And once you start picking up a few, it becomes easier and easier with
I'm
each
like
and
a
every
third
language.
of the way for 2 of them.
Yeah, there you go. There you go. Probably a little bit more than that, but yeah.
You think?
Yeah, I would guess you're more.
I wanted just to like on the low end, lowball myself.
Actually, I meant you're less of the way there than that. Sorry.
I was gonna say
Sorry.
I was
like,
surprised when you said more.
Yeah,
I was like
yeah,
a third is probably.
I meant you have more to learn than that, than 2/3 of the language. But funny stuff, no matter what, as absurdity reigns supreme on today. So get silly, get out there, and try some of those things that you might not have chosen to do beforehand, just because you didn't know what kind of day it is today, as it's Absurdity Day.
Just don't try and mail your babies.
Yeah, don't do that. Don't do that. Next up is National Education Support Professionals Day, annually observed on the Wednesday during American Education Week. National Education Support Professionals Day honors the contributions of school support employees. These support professionals provide invaluable services and are essential partners in a child's education.
Absolutely. This is a great national day to celebrate. We are seeing some different things be put into place for our school districts and our potential future on trying to get more of these support professionals inside classrooms to be able to aid teachers and students alike to have that more personal one-on-one learning opportunity in our education system.
I mean, some of these aids make the biggest impact on the kids in their education. When you talk about the secretaries, the classroom aides, cafeteria workers even.
Cafeteria workers is a huge one.
Yeah, maintenance workers, bus drivers, and all others who support educators definitely are an important one to highlight. School leadership and even the students too we celebrate on today that are helping out this national day, as all these people help support these education professionals. Definitely a great one to be able to highlight, as I know that a lot of these people are some of the people that really made my school experience growing up. And the teachers definitely, they did their great job teaching, but a lot of the individual help, a lot of those little moments that will carry on for a long time, remembering the people that were in my school. Definitely, I mean, those classroom aides, in particular classroom aides and the maintenance workers, I always got along with very, very well. The maintenance workers in particular, I don't know what it was, because I was always there late at school, doing my workouts, going to whatever practice I had to do. I was always around those maintenance workers, and I'd always chat them up. They always had the most interesting stories and what they'd tell me, and even sometimes teach me. There's a lot of things that I learned about, like maintenance and like how to bathroom care and stuff like that. Like, they would just be like, "Oh, I gotta do this." I'd be like, how do you fix that? And then they would explain it, and you learn that kind of stuff. It's fun.
We do have Cass over at the Boulevard Bar and Grill taking home that minor jackpot prize, $272 going out to you. Congratulations there. We'll have $71 getting tacked on to a double Musco prize going into this next game. So make sure you guys continue to get enrolled as we continue talking about this great national day. Yeah, I gotta say, there was a lot of these different professional support aids in our schools that really, really stuck out to me as well. There was usually a aide that had probably about 5 teachers that they rotated throughout the day, and I always just connected so heavily with those adults, and it was always so nice because they always had a smaller room that was like their office, but it had 3 or 4 desks in it, and the amount of time that I spent in those rooms was just such a nice reprieve from my classroom.
No, absolutely. Definitely a great one. Yeah, I always liked those teachers as well. They were super nice and able to help
Yeah.
out a bunch.
Oh yeah, I'll never forget. I had one professional who he always had microwave mac and cheese cups in his office
Mm.
and his own microwave. And I, who never grew up having those mac and cheese cups, I was just like, they are the best things ever.
Oh,
And so
absolutely.
almost every single day at lunch, he kept them stocked, and so I could just have a mac and cheese cup, and I will never forget him
That's
for it.
awesome. That's awesome. Yeah, those teachers' aides that do so much. I grew up near where I went to high school. It was like right next to a college that's pretty big in the education field of pumping out teachers, and so I had a lot of college age students that were getting their like teaching aid hours in, and those were always some of my favorite people. As they understood the like high school life still because they were so close removed from it. You could relate with them a lot, and so they could bring a lot of things that necessarily other teachers couldn't relate with you on, and help with that, and relate maybe some of the educational parts into your real life, kind of deal. So you could, I don't know, there's just a bit more connection there that I thought helped me learn better when I was being aided by those people.
Absolutely. Well, this is a great national day today, so make sure you guys try and celebrate this National Education Support Professionals Day.
Next up, we got National Peanut Butter Fudge Day. Oof, this is a good one. National Peanut Butter peanut butter lovers and fudge lovers come together on this awesome day to celebrate National Peanut Butter Fudge Day, a delicious holiday.
Absolutely. This is definitely a very tasty one on today. As people that live in the Midwest, as we live in Michigan, we have quite a few fudge opportunities around us, whether it be in our small German town Frankenmuth or up in Mackinac City, as they are famous for their fudge. We tend to get our hands on fudge at least once a year, and I gotta say, peanut butter fudge is typically one of the ones we always have to get.
Oh, I am a must get peanut butter fudge kind of guy because it's one of my favorite flavors out there. Just peanut butter mixed with made
Anything,
into
really.
a dessert makes it that much better. So enjoy it on today. Fudge actually originated in the United States, possibly by a happy accident.
As they typically do.
In 1886, a letter written by Emmeline Betterby Hartridge was discovered. Miss Hartridge attended Vassar College as a student in New York, and the letter referred to a fudge her cousin had made. Her cousin in Baltimore, Maryland, was selling the fudge for 40 cents per pound. I wish I could get it at that price.
For real.
Miss Hartridge obtained the recipe, and in 1888, she made 30 pounds of fudge for the Vassar College senior auction.
I thought that one were huge.
In the late 19th century, some shops on Mackinac Island, Michigan, began to produce a product similar to that of the Vassar College fudge and sold it to summer vacationers. Fudge is still made in some of the original shops there today. Yeah, me and Jordy, I've been to some of those original shops. Jordy has yet to make her way to Mackinac Island to enjoy some of those shops.
I've still been to some of the original fudge and candy shops in Michigan, not just the ones in Mackinac Island.
I mean, Mackinac Islands are the original, are some of the first fudge shops to ever open. So,
Yeah.
so it's a little different, but still delicious stuff. Two other fudge holidays actually are celebrated on our National Day calendar, as National Nutty Fudge Day is in May 12th, and National Panache Fudge Day is on July 22nd.
We do have 6 over at the Boulevard Bar and Grill taking home that double Musco prize. $117 going out to you. Congratulations. Make sure to get enrolled in this next round, as that minor jackpot will be back up at 54 balls or less.
Yeah, definitely a great one there, as that was our hump game on a hump day halfway through this awesome matchup, as we now get into this game number 7 of Game Day Bingo. eBingo. Should continue to have a lot of fun. But happy National Peanut Butter Fudge Day, one that we definitely need to celebrate sometime soon. Maybe not today, but sometime soon. I'd love to get a little bit of peanut butter fudge action.
Absolutely. We have one final national day to highlight with you guys, as it is National Child's Day. And on November 20th each year, we recognize National Child's Day and all the potential that's represented by our children's ambitions, dreams, and goals. Through educational goals, STEAM projects, and academic missions, educators and families join forces to provide an excellence at all levels of education.
Definitely a great one to be able to highlight, as it is a national education. It's American Education Week. It's great to be able to highlight why we are making sure that education is so prominent, and that's because we want to create a more well-educated society and help those children achieve their ambitions and goals. And a lot of the reasons you already listed, STEAM projects, educational goals, academic missions, all really great ways to help kids excel in their scholastics.
Absolutely. Making sure that every child gets equal opportunities in these different fields is definitely a very, very important one. So, making sure that all of our children across the United States are having those chances to obtain these educational opportunities, such as these STEAM projects, and really just having a helping hand from our educators and parents alike is a huge one. Happy National Child's Day. Make sure you guys are playing your part in our future's generations and their education.
Absolutely, absolutely. What was one of your favorite new things that got introduced to you through one of these kinds of projects or goals or systems?
It was a classic. It was a project that we did, and it's been depicted in movies. It's so just the cliche science project, but I was astonished when I was learning how to make like a potato clock in school.
Really?
I thought that those projects of learning how to conduct our own electricity was insane.
You were like, this is cool. This
And
is cool.
absolutely, it was very, very cool.
Yeah, I'll say that one that I really enjoyed was my architecture course that I did with CAD.
Yeah.
That was one that I thought
CAD is really cool.
really cool, and being able to build it all out on my computer and being able to see all the capabilities of being able to do those designs on my computer. They were super, super fun, and I thought it was a really, really cool, eye-opening class that let me see maybe one of the things that I could have been interested as I got older. Didn't quite go into that, but I do think that it was definitely fun and probably influenced a lot of kids to go into those kind of fields.
Absolutely, that is a great one on today. So happy National Child's Day on today. Just about 10 balls left to try and give out one of these great jackpot prizes for a couple of you players like Blind Mikey, who's in the lead to try and take it home. As we are working through this great game here, though, we're going to talk a little bit about our Vikings, who are 8-2 on the season.
As Sam Darnold lost a fumble on the Minnesota Vikings' third offensive play. Not what we wanted to see, but he more than made up for it for the rest of the game, as he threw for 246 yards and 2 touchdowns and even ran in a score, and the Vikings beat the Tennessee Titans 23-13 on Sunday. The Vikings quarterback had been picked off 5 times over the previous 2 games, matching his total over the first 7 games of the season. When he tossed to Aaron Jones on the Vikings' third offensive play, was fumbled and recovered by Jeffrey Simmons for the Titans. It didn't look too good, but Darnold answered right back as the Vikings win their third straight and improved to 5-0 against the AFC teams this season. He found Jordan Addison on a 47-yard catch-and-run touchdown as the Vikings didn't trail again, as they scored 16 straight for a 16-3 halftime lead. Andrew Van Ginkel had 2 sacks on back-to-back plays as Minnesota finished with 5, as Pat Jones, the second, had 2 as well. Harrison Smith clinched the game-winning interception with 1 minute and 50 seconds left, giving the Vikings fan the Vikings fan that turned this into a near-home game another reason to celebrate, chanting "Skol."
We do have our winner here as Victory at the Mankato Bar takes home $35. Congratulations there on that Musco prize. Continue to get enrolled. That minor jackpot that's already over $100 will be clicking up to 56 balls or less, definitely getting a little bit more doable as we continue to get enrolled. But back to our Vikings as we are able to get a win under our belt against the Jaguars, but we'll have to see how they fare in the game coming up this week.
Yeah, but in that game, I thought it was super fun as Harrison Smith clinched that game-winning interception, and as he did it, the announcer exclaimed, calling him a future Hall of Famer, and it kind of just made me think back onto that. I don't think I have ever watched the Vikings without Harrison Smith on the field. Like, when I got into, because I think he's now 15 years into his career, so I was about 10 years old when he was playing. When he started playing with the Vikings, I wasn't too into football at that point, and so watching at least the NFL, and so I've never seen the purple and gold without Harrison Smith, and just thinking that, oh, he's a future Hall of Famer. I saw somebody even put out there that they were like, I'm 30 years old now. I have 4 kids, and I can't remember before Harrison Smith was out there. He started playing for him back when I was in high school. And so just like thinking of how much life has went on for everybody when Harrison Smith started his career and now is coming to his final few seasons, maybe his last season this year, just mattering on the circumstances, but still making big plays. He's made a career of making big plays for our Vikings, and he just continues to do so, obviously in that game getting the interception, which was super fun.
Absolutely. We'll have to see how our Vikings fare upcoming this week, as on Sunday we have another game as we go up against the Bears, as that's happening at noon, and we can't wait to see our Vikings get another win under our belt. If you guys want to show your support, go and check out the great E-Tab game that we have teamed up with them for, Vikings Victory. You guys can check it out wherever you play Pilot games, and even check out that Skull bonus round to try and take home some trophy prizes for yourself.
Absolutely. Definitely some great stuff there. We love our Minnesota Vikings. We got balls dropping in this game, as we'll see who can lead the charge in this matchup. That minor jackpot has now grown to $159.30. Should be a lot of fun as we get after it. But if you guys aren't getting after it in this game, I suggest you check out our E-Tabs. We have over 70 different Charitable E-Tab games that you can play any time and win huge prizes up to $1,500. These games feature low bets ranging from 50 cents to $5. They also include exciting bonus and free play rounds. We'd love for you guys to check them out.
Absolutely, guys. Go and check out all of our different E-Tab games we have to offer here. I'm going to highlight a very fun E-Tab game as we've got Nugget Chasers out there on those iPads right now. Nugget Chasers is an awesome one where you guys go searching for some gold and hopefully take home some jackpot prizes for yourself. Definitely a lot of fun. Go and check out Nugget Chasers today.
Speaking of gold, I'll be highlighting Finnegan's Gold.
Ooh.
Scared of leprechauns? Don't be afraid of Finnegan. He's here to help you find some gold. And just maybe he'll let you bet your winnings on the double or nothing bonus reel.
Well.
It's definitely a fun one there. Finnegan's Gold, our favorite little leprechaun, bringing you some great gold at the end of the rainbow.
Absolutely. It's a lot of fun. And go check out all the different E-Tab games we have to offer here and let us know which one is your favorite.
Did you ever as a kid look at the rainbow and try and gauge where the rainbow would end, and you were like, okay, that's where gold would be. Let's trying to figure out, okay.
100%.
If I jumped
I'm still not fully convinced that there's not gold at the end of rainbows.
There is.
Because I've never seen the end of a rainbow, so I mean.
Because the end of the rainbow doesn't exist.
I said this the other day, and I'll say it again. You are such a bubble burster. It is ridiculous.
I guess once we find the end of the rainbow, then you can say.
It's all speculation, yeah.
It's all, no one's been able to find the end of that rainbow, so.
That they're telling people about.
Because they're keeping all the gold to themselves.
It's a well-protected secret.
Or they're just protecting the leprechauns.
That's what I'm thinking.
You think they're protecting the leprechauns?
Yeah.
Okay.
You don't tell anyone, we'll give you some gold.
Oh, I was thinking like leprechauns were like becoming endangered species because people were like stealing their gold and hunting them down and
We got a winner here. We got Ayla over at the Duffy's Bar and Grill taking home $45 on this great game. Congratulations on that must-go prize. Make sure to get enrolled in this next round as that minor jackpot, sitting at about $160, will be growing even higher as it sits at 58 balls or less going into this next game. Don't miss out. Grab those iPads and get enrolled.
As you guys get enrolled, we got some fun movies that were released on today. Starting off with 1992, we got Home Alone 2, Lost in New York. This is an absolute classic.
Yeah, it is. I can't say, other than the first one, that it's a classic for me necessarily. I really only watched the first one, I think. I don't really remember a lot of the other ones.
You never watched the second one? The second one is where he's like throwing bricks off the top of the building at them as it's like the start of the movie. Like he sees them just walking down the street, Joe Pesci and Daniel Stern, as Macaulay Culkin is just chucking bricks at him, just getting way more violent than he was in the first one. As it's no longer traps.
Way more violent. Who are you kidding? Macaulay Culkin was out for murder always.
Oh, for sure, for sure. This one also has Donald Trump in it. As a funny little cameo.
How
Tim Curry is in it as well.
I love Tim Curry.
Yeah, it's a fun one. I can't believe this one is. I like this one. I think more than I enjoy the first one. If I remember it correctly, as I think I remember this one being more entertaining in my eyes.
I have to give this one a watch.
But yeah, no, he was like, it was traps, so it like made it less like, oh, he's psychotic. He's just setting up traps that are like
him dropping the iron into his face, insane.
Yeah. Wasn't that a trap though?
I guess.
Or did he let go of it?
He let go of it.
I thought it was a wire trap that he set up.
Either way.
I don't, but it's different than a kid looking someone dead in the eyes and just seeing them walking down the street and chucking a brick down from a two-story building at him.
Kevin McAllister is a violent boy. I don't care how you spin it.
It is funny to think about. I wonder if you did like, it would be funny to see once like the rights get like, how there's now Mickey Mouse is open for the public to be able to make whatever movies they want about it. Winnie the Pooh just happened a few years ago where they can just make whatever movies there are about it. Once the Home Alone becomes like open to be able to just make like horror movies about Kevin McAllister just turning into like a Jigsaw type character is totally within the realm of possibility.
Absolutely. I think it could be really well done.
He got a taste for blood. Now he's ready to go at it. No, I'm a huge fan of Home Alone 2. It's a great one. Released on today in 1992.
Up next, in 1998, we've got the Rugrats movie.
This one is another very fun work. I enjoyed all the Rugrats movies as a kid, and they got a bunch of fun actresses that voice in this fun animated comedy.
Absolutely. I was a huge fan of the Rugrats growing up. I watched a lot of it. I even watched that pretty poorly done TV show where they're like tweens as well.
Oh, I forgot that was even a thing.
Yeah.
My favorite though was Rugrats Go Wild, where they end up in the Amazon or whatever it is.
Yeah.
That was my favorite of the movies that came out from the Rugrats.
Yeah, I remember the one where they go to Paris being very sad.
I don't think I ever watched the Paris one. I can't say I remember it.
Yeah, it's got some storylines about Chucky's parents that really made me sad.
That's yeah.
Yeah, but Rugrats, great concept.
Yeah, released on today in 1998, the Rugrats movie. Next up, released on today in 2004, we got Howl's Moving Castle. For any of you Studio Ghibli fans, this one is a classic for many.
Absolutely. This might be my favorite Studio Ghibli movie, if not probably like second or third. Top 3 for sure. I am a big fan. Yeah, this is definitely a very, very well done studio. I mean, really all Studio Ghibli movies are pretty well done, unanimously.
Absolutely.
It's got some of my favorite artistic scenes in it as well. I mean, just awesome stuff.
Yeah, it's definitely one of the better Studio Ghibli films. Worth a watch if you're trying to dip your toes into those Studio Ghibli works. We do have a winner here as we got finally over at HR Pesties taking home $50.30 in this fantastic win. Congratulations to you finally, as we will now be getting enrolled into this next game. They were just one ball away from taking home that minor jackpot, but that minor prize will be getting even more easy to be won as it clicks up from 58 to 60 balls or less in this game number 10 of Game Day Bingo. $297 available in that awesome minor prize, and it's still growing.
Absolutely. So make sure you get enrolled as we continue talking about films released on today. Also on today, coming out in 2009, we have The Blind Side.
Yeah, this one stars Sandra Bullock, Lily Collins, as Michael Orr. You have Quentin Aaron, which I didn't see him really in anything else, but he did a good job at it. Tim McGraw stars as the dad in it. Kathy Bates is in it as well. I really enjoyed this as a kid. Now that I know the story, and I know it was really well received, won a lot of awards as well. Now that I know the story behind it, kind of stinks and leaves a sour taste in my mouth as I've realized that Michael Orr really didn't enjoy the adaptation at all, the guy it's actually about. Yeah, so it kind of stinks, and now I haven't watched it since I found out that story. But it was one of my favorite sports movies as a kid.
I'd have to agree. I really enjoyed this as a kid. I also agree that when things come to light, it definitely paints the movie in a different light. But this is definitely a great cast that came together for this.
The kid that played SJ is one of my favorite child actors of all time. I thought he did such a good job in The Blind Side as the fun, but he's also in Hancock as a really funny kid character as well. Really enjoy him as just a kid actor.
Absolutely. Super funny stuff. It's crazy to think that he's 27 years old now.
Yeah, that he's, yeah.
Well, The Blind Side coming out on today in 2009. If you want a little Sandra Bullock classic, maybe give it a watch on today.
Yeah, absolutely. Next up, we got another 2009 work. This is Twilight Saga, New Moon. I probably have seen this once, but I don't remember.
So this is the second one. This is where Jacob cuts off all of his hair and transforms into a wolf for the first time.
Oh, okay.
If you remember those scenes.
I can't remember anything from the Twilight movies.
It's
the
like
only
the big
time
scene where
I
they're
remember...
in the field and he's running and he rips into the wolf.
Oh, I think I've seen that clip.
Against the other wolves.
I only remember one scene from the Twilight movies, and it's the cuddle for warmth scene when they're in a tent.
That's in Breaking Dawn. Yeah.
It's one of my. It made me so uncomfortable that has been seared into my memory.
Yeah, it's one of the last movies. If not it's the last movie.
Is it? Is it? I think I just saw it on live TV one time,
or clipped somewhere.
Or
whatever.
I was watching it with somebody else, and they were watching through the series, and I ended up just watching the movie just out of proxy. But that's one scene that just is stuck in my brain. Anything else from the movies, I don't remember. I love the clips on TikTok of people reenacting the baseball scene. I always find that really funny.
Absolutely. I love everything that has come from the Twilight movies.
Besides the Twilight movies themselves.
No, honestly, I love the Twilight movies. I can't pretend I'm not a fan.
I love how much Robert Pattinson hates the Twilight movies.
The way he makes fun of it, the way Taylor Lautner makes fun of these movies. I mean, it really is. It is a test to how bad they are.
Did you see the recent TikTok that is one of the most viewed TikToks now of Taylor Lautner? He's videotaping watching
Yes,
them.
I was about to bring that up.
Oh, okay.
Actually, because there's the trend right now where it's people are shooting ahead of them, and it's you should definitely do this, and then it flips back to them, and it's
someone who's
on the guilty side of whatever they're trying to influence people to, and so it's the shooting of the Twilight movie, and it's Bella should have definitely chose Jacob, and it flips around, and it's Taylor Lautner himself.
It's so funny.
And it's so good. I'm a big fan of this. I love all of the cringy quotes that come from this. I have a ton of girlfriends that we quote them together. It's great stuff. I just saw a girlfriend of mine. She just celebrated her birthday, and for her birthday, they made it Twilight theme.
That's hilarious.
It's like her 30th birthday.
That's awesome. Well, fun movie released on today as we missed out on that minor jackpot again. I thought it was going to go out in this game 10, but it will be moving to this game number 11 as $81.80 gets split up between GWV and Todd. Todd plays over at the Crooked Pint Ale House Savage as GWV plays over at the Crooked Pint Ale House, but in Waite Park. Fun that you guys are both kind of playing at the same location, just different places.
Brethren.
Yeah, splitting up that, both getting around $40 each in that great win. As we now get enrolled into this next game, a game number 11.
Absolutely, our second to last game, so stick around as we aim to give out this awesome minor jackpot prize sitting at 62 balls or less, $423 and growing. Continue to get enrolled as we jump into our final movie released on today, 2015. We've got The Hunger Games Mockingjay Part 2.
Is this the last one starring Jennifer Lawrence?
Yes, sir.
As Katniss Everdeen. You also got Josh Hutcherson as Peeta, Liam Hemsworth as Gale, lots of other big actors and actresses from Woody Harrelson to other Julianne Moore. Lots of different fun people in this work. But Mockingjay Part 2, a very popular book turned into a movie that is the end of a quite popular movie franchise.
Technically, the Ballad of Songbirds and Snake is the final of the Hunger Game books and stuff.
Is it?
Mm-hmm.
Is it? So
that's the one that just recently came out.
Oh, yeah. I didn't know that there was a book for it.
Yes.
Yeah. Did they recently release it after the Hunger Games, or was it?
No,
was there
it's
always
part
a
of the-
prequel?
Yeah, it's It was out in early 2000s.
No. I mean, like, was it like released as
I'm
like
not
a
sure what
prequel
came
before,
first.
or was
Yeah, I
it
think-
something that was written as the?
I think it came after the series as a
Okay,
prequel to
okay.
come out to
Kinda-
see the first Hunger Games ever.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah, I still have yet to watch that Hunger Games, the Ballad of the Songbird. Did you end up watching it?
No, I did not.
Yeah, it's one that I need to watch at some point, as it got really good reviews from what I had seen.
Definitely a fun one on today. This is honestly, The Hunger Games is one of my favorite casted dystopian movie franchises that there is. I very much love everybody that they casted in here, from Woody Harrelson to Jennifer Lawrence playing Katniss. I very much enjoy all of these characters. This one and Maze Runner, they're my two favorite casted dystopian movies.
I love the Maze Runner franchise, even though it gets absolutely horrible after the first one.
I like the cast of it.
The cast of it is really good, and to see the clips of them interacting in between cuts and everything like that is hilarious, because they all were like best buddies. I mean, you get a bunch of people that are around the same age hanging around together. They seem to have a good time, which is a good one. Yeah, I remember really enjoying the Hunger Games casting when I watched them when I was a teenager. Watching them now, everyone looks way too old to be like teenagers in my head now, because I was like, we just watched the Hunger Games movie a few weeks ago or something like that, maybe even last week. We watched Hunger Games, and I was watching it, and I was like, that does not look like a teenage girl. Like Jennifer Lawrence as Katniss, I was like, she looks like she could be a mother at this point. Like, I think it's also post her playing Mystique, which is Mystique is a fully grown woman, and so it's just, I really enjoyed the casting as a kid, and I still really, I think they did a great job acting through it, and I think it was fun to see that many big names come together for a project. But I definitely was, this time around, as I get older, the more I'm like, that's not what teenagers look like. When I was a teenager, I was like, yeah, that's exactly what teenagers look like.
One thing about the Hunger Games is that I wasn't very excited for the Songbirds and Snakes movie to come out. What I am excited about that is getting put into production is they're creating a movie about Haymitch's time in the Hunger Games.
Oh.
And it's going to be a young Haymitch, and I'm very excited for that.
I like that a little bit more, because I don't like a sob story about a villain, because I'm like, okay, you just want me to like understand why he was so corrupt and evil, kind of deal. But like, hey, Mitch, he's a good guy that's been destroyed. His life has been destroyed by the
By the
Hunger
Capitol,
Games and
yeah.
stuff like that. So I do enjoy that concept. We do have Dustin over at Clive's Roadhouse Chaplain taking home $438.43 on our minor jackpot in this game number 11. Congratulations to you, Dustin. As we now get enrolled into this next game. This next game will include a double must-go prize. As we already had $91 on that bingo prize, you guys are just going to be adding to it as you get enrolled over the next minute and 40 seconds. Definitely have a lot of fun as we play through this final game that me and Jordy will be live with you guys for, as we'll be moving on from the fun movies that were released on today and more into some Minnesota Wild news.
That's right, as they are 12-3-3 on the season, and as Kirill Kaprizov scored a pair of third-period goals, Jonas Brodin as well as Ryan Hartman also scored to help Minnesota Wild beat the St. Louis Blues 4-2 on Tuesday night. Philip Gustafsson made 22 saves for the Wild, who improved to that record of 12-3-3 on the season. Minnesota continued to dominate away from home, improving to beat the league best 8-1-2 on the road.
Yeah, yeah. To become the league best, not beat the league best. Yeah, as they are the best road team in the NHL so far this year at 8-1-2. Very, very cool stuff there. But we will be heading into a fun matchup tomorrow as the Wild will be at the Oilers, taking them on at 7 p.m. tomorrow. Should be a fun Thursday night matchup as we'll be shooting out some luck to them. If you want to shoot some luck out to our Wild, play the great ETAB game. Let's go Wild. You can even check out the Slap Shot bonus round. See if you can score yourself one of those awesome jackpot prizes.
Absolutely, and if you end up taking home one of these jackpot prizes, no matter the time of day or what game you're playing, make sure to snap a player picture of it and send it our way. Whether it's you holding up that giant jackpot, your favorite ETAB game, or you just having fun playing pilot games, you guys can share those player pictures directly to us onto our Facebook page, onto any of your own social medias using the hashtag pilotgames, or you can even email them to jackpots@pilotgames.com. We love scooping up all the different player pictures you guys take and send on in and posting you anywhere we can.
Absolutely. We definitely enjoy getting those player pictures out and around. Happy birthday to anybody who is celebrating their birthday on this November 20th. We shoot some massive luck out to you as you get on after it. As you get on after it, me and Jordy will each highlight our favorite celebrity birthday from today, as I will be highlighting the birthday of born on today in 1963, Ming Na Wen, a Macau-born actress who stars in Mulan as well as Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. I'm a big fan of her works.
Absolutely. Happy birthday. That was the one I wanted to highlight. I'll also highlight another great celebrity born on today. In 1995, we've got Michael Clifford. He is the Australian musician, primarily known for the band 5 Seconds of Summer. They sing She Looks So Perfect, as well as a lot of other pop classic hits that have been going viral for probably the last 15 years. They've been pretty big.
Yeah, definitely a big one. I haven't heard a new 5 Seconds of Summer song in quite some time, but I do like their old 2000s work, 2010s works that were so popular.
I'd have to agree.
Yeah.
The song Young Blood was the one 5 Seconds of Summer song that made it to my playlist.
That's awesome. That's awesome. Well, happy birthday to the real winners here, as if your birthday is on this November 20th, we hope to see you take home maybe even a double must-go prize.
Ooh.
As we're working on it, do what...
If you guys want to show your support for our Minnesota Twins, go and check out the awesome ETAB game that we have teamed up with them for. Bless you. And it is called Twins Win. You guys can check it out wherever you play pilot games and show your support. And it'll be a lot of fun. Even if you go and check out that Home Run Derby bonus round and click a lucky batter, you could end up taking home some Grand Slam prizes.
It's always a great time there. We love to see you guys having a lot of fun playing that awesome Twins Win game. As we're coming to a close of this game right here, we do have a player spotlight that I'd love to go after. Purd Hapley. Over at Ditto's Bar, taking home $9,393. Purd, playing over at Ditto's Bar, supported the Knights of Columbus Council 4174 Albertville, which their mission is investing their time, effort, and resources into the values of charity, unity, fraternity, and patriotism.
Awesome stuff for Purd as we've got Randy at the Rendezvous taking home $147 on that double Musco prize. Congratulations to Randy. Make sure you guys stick around, have some fun, and remember, when you play Pilot games, your community wins. You heard with Purd.